Davyn Flenord of South Alabama traded football for professional basketball career. Even as he was playing football at South Alabama the last 4 years, Davyn Flenord has always had hoop dreams. As the son of former Alabama standout and NBA All-Star Gerald Wallace and an honorable mention All-State basketball performer at Central Clay County High School in his own right, it's easy to understand how Flenord's heart has always lay on the hardwood. And rather than play a final season on the gridiron with the Jaguars in 2022, Flenord is taking his shot at a basketball career. Read more South Alabama sports. South Alabama basketball pummels Little Rock 77-46 to snap 3-game losing streak. Jalen Tolbert, Senior Bowl week more than I expected. South Alabama's Miles Smith named Preseason Sun Belt Pitcher of the Year. Flenord has 1 season of football eligibility remaining at South Alabama, but graduated in May and is not enrolled in school for the spring semester. Instead, he's back home in Childersburg, playing basketball and working out with his father in hopes of landing a spot with the G League's Birmingham Squadron next season. I really love basketball, Flenord said. I've been around it my whole life. It just feels right. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun out there playing football the last 4 years, but I really wasn't able to find a love of the game. A 6'2" forward at Central Clay County, Flenord was part of the same high school class as John Petty, Austin Wiley, Tevin Brown and Alex Reese, all of whom have excelled or are currently excelling in college basketball. But he gave up his first love for a shot at football glory when he signed with South Alabama as a wide receiver in 2017. Flenord redshirted as a true freshman, then played sparingly for the Jaguars in 2018. He started 2 games at wide receiver in 2019, finishing the season with 14 receptions for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns. During the spring of 2020, Flenord was moved to cornerback. He played in 21 of 22 games with 7 starts the last 2 seasons, totaling 47 tackles, 5 pass breakups and 2 interceptions, one of which he returned for a touchdown vs Southern Miss in the 2021 opener. Flenord's roommate during his South Alabama days was Jalen Tolbert, the Jaguars All-Sun Belt Conference wide receiver. Tolbert recently played in the Reese's Senior Bowl and is expected to be an early-round pick in April's NFL draft. Flenord said he realized from observing what Tolbert did to prepare himself in football that his heart wasn't really in the game, at least not beyond college. I was roommates with Tolbert for 4 years straight, and I see the work ethic you need to get to the next level, Flenord said. And I didn't have that. I always gave 100% when I was out there, but I didn't have what Jalen has. I'm just being real with myself, throwing my pride away. I'm tired of pretending. I was hurting myself being out there, and my teammates as well. Flenord said his father, who played 14 years in the NBA with 5 teams, retiring in 2015, offered following the 2020 football season to help him prepare for a G League tryout if that's what he wanted. But Flenord demurred, saying he intended to graduate from South Alabama before moving on from football. Flenord received his undergraduate degree in sports management and recreation studies in May 2021. That goal achieved, he opted to finally take up on his father's promise while home during this past Christmas break. I told him, let me graduate first and see how my last year goes, and it'll come back to you, Flenord said. And he brought it back up after this past season, and I was like, well, I'm ready. It's what I've really been wanting to do. After I prayed about it, talked to my mama about it, I made my decision. I came back to my daddy and said let's do it. I went back to Mobile and told everybody, and it was hard. I'm not going to lie about it. It was hard leaving, but I know it's best for me. Though he hasn't played organized basketball since high school, Flenord has stayed close to the game. He not only has played pickup hoops with friends and family, including Wallace, who at 39 can still play at a high level, but also with members of the South Alabama basketball team, including Jaguars point guard Turbo Jones. Flenord said he twice informally pursued the idea of joining the USA basketball team, once his freshman year when Matthew Graves was Jaguars head coach and once after current coach Richie Riley took over. For whatever reason, though, switching sports or trying to play both at the college level never got past the talking stage. The G League is foremost focused on development, and teams, the Birmingham Squadron included, hold open tryouts for local players prior to each season. According to league policy, teams can invite up to 4 players from their tryout, typically held in late September, to training camp for a chance at making the regular season roster. One such success story is David Nwaba, who made it to the NBDL out of a tryout camp and currently plays for the NBA's Houston Rockets. Now 22, Flenord said he realizes the odds are stacked against him following a similar path, but won't give up on his favorite sport until has given it his best shot. I'm working every day, but I'm basically 5 years behind, Flenord said. But it's what I've always wanted to do. My family can tell I'm happy right now. I know my daddy is happy about it. I'm excited.